I want to welcome you to City Hall today as we come together on this special occasion to honor a great leader for our city, Mayor George Venner. I'd like to recognize some of our current elected officials today. We have Councilman Kenny Green that's here with us, Councilman Dan Alman. I saw Councilman Tandy Burrows just a moment ago. If I've missed anybody else current, let me know. We've got several former elected officials that we're very proud to have here today. I just saw former Mayor Stan Pickett, I believe, walk in. Former Councilman David Pascal, who's also our distinguished city attorney. Councilman Terry Breimer and former Mayor Mike Anderson just came in. If I missed anyone else, please let me know. We're delighted to have you all with us today. Son of the Mesquite area community, hard worker, patriot who served his country with distinction, who accomplished great feats in the corporate world, became a successful entrepreneur. Some have indeed called George Venner over the years the entrepreneur of Mesquite. Perhaps a few other things.
Yeah.
A man who served and still serves the Lord and his church well. A man who married a wonderful woman named Pat and raised a wonderful family. When I was 17 years old, George Venner was elected mayor of the city of Mesquite. I had known Mr. Venner briefly growing up, simply because my dad was city attorney, and I'd hear Dad talk about Mr. Venner because he was a mover and shaker in the community, always making things happen. I'd see him at council meetings, and when he became mayor, big things were happening in Mesquite. It was a great time of transition, just as we're in today. And Mesquite at that time needed not just a mayor, but a strong leader who could make tough calls and who could steer the city toward a new era that would still continue progress and prosperity for all of our people. Let me say a few words about that leadership from what I got to see firsthand. Not long after Mayor Venner took office, I remember attending a number of city council meetings. What I remember most about him was the confidence and the decorum in which Mayor Venner conducted himself and how he expected that from others. And I remember more than a few times where several council members in a heated issue, a heated discussion in the meeting, they'd have their minds made up on a particular issue, and then when it came to the mayor, we're always fortunate to oftentimes get to have that last word. Mayor Venner would then speak with eloquence on that matter, and I would watch those council members ultimately change their vote and go with the mayor's position. Not because they had to, but because great leaders are great persuaders and great communicators. And George Venner was and is those things and so much more. I remember being interested in government and public service at an early age, and Mayor Venner always made me and other young people who came to council meetings feel welcome, like we had a part there, like we had a role to play. And he gave us opportunities to get involved and open doors for us. I can honestly say that I was a better councilman and a better mayor because of Mayor Venner's example and role modeling. And I am certain that there are others here today who could say the same thing. Because even during his post-mayor years, George Venner has continued to work for this community tirelessly, make a difference in many roles, especially in the business community and Chamber of Commerce. At a recent council meeting, I listed a number of important accomplishments and things that took place under Mayor Venner's leadership, and I won't go through those today. However, we know that one of Mayor's greatest accomplishments was his efforts in acquiring and helping to bring about this building for public service for our city when we had simply outgrown 7-Eleven Municipal Way. The mayor's office that I and others before me have been privileged to work out of was decorated and designed by Mayor Venner and his lovely wife Pat with their own funds, not taxpayer dollars. Commitment. Recently, the City Council and I voted to approve naming this building where for over 33 years, critical decisions have been made for the betterment of our city after Mayor Venner. That's worth showing some love. So today it gives me great pleasure, and I count a high honor and a distinct privilege to, on behalf of the entire City Council and all the citizens of Mesquite to officially dedicate this building for future public service to be named after hereinafter the George Venner Senior Municipal Center. Mayor Venner, I proudly present to you this replica of the plaque that now hangs in the front of this corridor when you walk in, where forever citizens will see your picture and your name and be reminded of quality leadership and public service forever. It's my pleasure to present this to you, Mayor.
Well, thank you very much. Well, thank you, Mayor. When Mayor Archer called me and said that the council had unanimously agreed to name this building and asked me if it would be okay, and I've had a chance to make a lot of decisions in my life and answer a lot of questions, but that was the fastest one. I said yes. And it brings back a lot of memories here, and this is something that is very humble for me. And I appreciate all the people here, and I had a good staff. That was one thing too when I was mayor. And we had Jim Prugel and Ted Barron and a lot of other good people that helped out on doing various things and did it with, enthusiasm, and it was a good thing. So the city's moving along right now. When we were in office, well, we were just approaching the 100,000 population, and we went through that number, and was one of the fastest growing cities in the United States at that time in that level. So it's all come out pretty good, and we're still moving ahead. I'm glad to see all of you here today. I appreciate it, and I really accept this honor with great pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor.